Students often ask me whether a particular object is a good object for the ToK exhibition. So today I'm going to give you 3 clear rules to follow to decide whether your object is a good object for the ToK exhibition. Welcome to ToK Today. I'm Daniel, and today we're going to clarify how and why you should choose particular objects for your ToK exhibition. So, rule number 1, is your object specific? Some people think that objects have to be personal. They don't. They do have to be specific, which obviously raises the question, what makes an object specific? Well, one way to make an object specific is to use a personal object, which is where the myth that the object has to be personal must come from. Now, explaining what a specific object is, IB gives us an example in the May 2023 ToK subject report. They say that a Bible is not specific, but your family Bible that you inherited from your grandmother is specific. However, what about non-personal objects? How can they be specific? Well, again, IB gives us a lovely example, an exhibition example C from 2023. And in this example, the object is a 19th century water pump from a street in London. Now, this very pump was used by Dr. John Snow in 1853 to identify the source and means of transmission of the disease cholera. As such, this water pump is not personal to the student, they don't own it, but it's a very specific object. It is the specific water pump that helped Dr. John Snow create knowledge of epidemiology. However, merely being a specific object is not sufficient to make it a good object, which neatly takes us on to our second rule. Rule 2. Does your object demonstrate a specific knowledge argument? Now, just because an object is specific doesn't necessarily mean it will help you to show how ToK manifests itself in the world. Your specific object needs to demonstrate a knowledge argument specific to that object. For more explanation, let's go back to the May 2023 subject report. IB tells us that just selecting a family Bible isn't enough. You would then need to explain how the specificity of that Bible helps us to explore the knowledge issues in the prompt. For example, you could argue that this family Bible helps you to realise that sometimes new knowledge cannot change established values and beliefs. That would be prompt 11. Or you could say that this particular family Bible helped to demonstrate that some things are unknowable if they are metaphysical, and that would be prompt 18. And so on and so on. What makes that object specific is the characteristic that should help you to develop your knowledge argument. Now, obviously, to select an object that demonstrates a knowledge argument, you need to know what a knowledge argument is. And if you could do with a bit of help with that, then check out my next video, which will be published later this week or early next week, which will cover what is a knowledge argument. And if you're getting value from this video, then a like, a comment, or even a subscribe would be very much appreciated. Go on, hit like. Now hit subscribe. Now you've made me happy. Let's move on to rule number 3. Could many other objects demonstrate your specific knowledge argument as well as your chosen object? Now, if your object is specific and it demonstrates a specific knowledge argument, then it's probably fine. It may even be good. However, for it to be really good, I mean Hendrix at Woodstock good, it needs to demonstrate the specific knowledge argument better than other comparative objects. And this gives us the difference in wording between 7 and 8 marks and 9 and 10 marks. 7 and 8 marks, it says, there's a justification for the contribution that each individual object makes to the exhibition. You would get that if you follow rules 1 and 2. Okay, but 9 to 10 marks says there is a strong justification of the particular contribution that each object makes to the exhibition, and that's where you get 9 to 10 marks. So let's look at a couple of examples. If we were answering prompt number 8, to what extent is certainty attainable, and we were developing the knowledge argument that certainty is rarely attainable because much knowledge is serendipitous, We could choose the first light bulb invented by Edison, arguing that Edison discovered the luminosity of the carbonized cotton thread filament serendipitously. The light bulb would be specific. It's the first one ever created. And its specificity demonstrates a knowledge argument. Some knowledge is created serendipitously. So it's a good object, but it's not a very good object, because other objects demonstrating serendipitous knowledge could also be used, such as Fleming's penicillin, or X-rays, or heparin, and so on and so on. However, let's go back to the hand pump in the street in London from which Dr. Snow discovered that cholera was transmitted by physical contact, which subsequently established the science of epidemiology. Now, the student who used this object was answering prompt number 33, how is current knowledge shaped by its historical development? And they were developing the knowledge argument that current scientific knowledge is shaped by the accumulation of historical knowledge of public health. Now, could another object represent this knowledge argument as well as the hand pump? Sure, there are other objects that could be used, such as the Victorian sewers in London, an mRNA vaccine, or the first use of disinfectant on a hospital ward. However, the knowledge argument is written in such a specific way that it's difficult to identify an object that better represents the genesis of epidemiology as an element of public health. It was this very hand pump from which Dr. Snow seeded the science of epidemiology. Therefore, this object is a very good object. And it would get 9 to 10 marks, which is what you want to get. So, there we have it. 3 simple rules for deciding whether your object is a good object for your exhibition. Number 1, is your object specific? Number 2, does your object demonstrate a specific knowledge argument? And number 3, could many other objects demonstrate your specific knowledge argument just as well? Follow these rules and you should have some good, possibly very good objects for your exhibition. And if you want more help with your ToK exhibition, check out our free 4-part video series, How to Do Your ToK Exhibition, linked in the video description. And if you want examples of knowledge arguments and appropriate objects for those knowledge arguments, check out our ebook series on the ToK exhibition, which gives you everything you need to do the ToK exhibition. And there's even one ebook which is called Every ToK Exhibition Prompt Explained. And I don't need to explain what that ebook's about. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. Stay ToKtastic, my friends.